Hey everybody, it's me. I'm back again. Before we get into the 5-minute review, which we all know will not be 5 minutes, as at Comic Book Poser tells me from Twitter, and we know that to be true. It'll never be 5 minutes. I'm probably already over time right now. I think I need Oscar from Lost in Comics to keep blowing the air horn to let me know I'm off schedule. Before we even get into this, right there. Whoops. Reverse camera angles. I can't stand them. We want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, SpinWiz Comics. That's right, spinwizcomics.com. Let me put it in the chat for you, which I should have done before I started. It is a discovery application for independent and web comics. It is a free download. Yes, absolutely free. It's on iOS and Android. Download it today and give it a nice 5-star review. There's lots of free comics on there to read, some of which are from Source Point Press, A Wave Blue World, Marcosia, and many more independent publishers. There's plenty of books on there to read, to check out. If you like the book and you want to buy the PDF, you can do that to support the creators, and which is always nice to support the comic creators. And 70% of everything goes to the creators. There are no subscriptions necessary, but if you would like to subscribe, it is 75% off right now. Only $1 a month will get you no ads and a whole bunch of bonuses. They also have a program in place to give away free shit. Whoops. I said shit. I said it again. Oh, well. And that is monthly, quarterly, and annually. Not annually. Annually, once a year. And it's pretty cool. They give you one entry when you're logged in on the SpinWiz app on Android or iOS. And every page you read gets you an entry into the drawing to win free comic stuff. So it's pretty cool. Go check it out for yourself. Download the app. If you like it, give it a nice review. Give that 5-star review in there. We're trying to get them up to 100 downloads and 5-star reviews by the end of the month. So please go check out spinwizcomics.com. Right now, we are going to talk about a book I should have read a long time ago. And that is No Heroine, #1. This book was totally badass. It's got phenomenal covers by Rafat, and they're simplistic, but they all pop. They're great. The book is written by Frank Gogol. You might know him from another series that he did for Source Point Press that you can actually read the first issue on SpinWiz Comics, called The Dead End Kids. Well, he's back with this book, and this book is fantastic. The art in this book is by Chris Mad, colors by Sean Ahmad, letters by Sean Reinhart. Cover, which is the ones that I really like, was done by Ahmed Rafat, and cover B, which I have not seen that I know of, is done by Ben Temple-Smith. And of course, it's published by Source Point Press. And these are also available. You can also purchase or download these if you are into getting your comics digitally. They should be available right over on Comixology. And there's a special link for Comixology from us, either down below or up above, depending on where you're watching us. This starts out, it's a pretty seedy and bleak book that has to do with, drugs and apparently social media. But it's a different kind of social media. And they're dealing this heroin, of course, and the brand of the heroin is called Bitten. I know that because you can't see it, but I'm looking at my review copy and the little package of heroin in the dealer's hand, stamped with red bloody letters of Bitten. And it turns out that the entire squad of dealers for this brand of heroin are friggin' vampires. I was not expecting this at all. The book is, total badass, and the star of this book, shall we say, the main protagonist, this young lady, and she is a former addict getting clean. She keeps calling her mother and leaving messages and telling her she's getting her life together. No Heroine Part 1 is Kayla Strong, which was kind of like her nickname on the junkie scene. But she's looking for a friend of hers, Sid, who's up and disappeared. And without him, she would have never gotten clean and, started to get her stuff together. And she turns out to be a complete badass. She's asking everybody, and if one guy goes to, give her a little Joe Biden grab, and she has nothing to do, and drops an F-bomb as she's knocking his jaw out of alignment. And there's some cool flashbacks, which explain her nickname and her very prominent tattoo on the inside of her forearm, and her friendships, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and she's retouching herself with the Catholic faith that she was brought up in, and she's doing a little praying in Spanish. I could only make out a couple of the things she was saying, but it was a pretty cool scene. And then not even halfway through the book, she just turns 100% total badass. More away, but I'm gonna give this book 4 out of 5 stars easily. The art's cool. I will say the art is very indie. It's not the best art I've seen, but I like it, and it is perfect for this book. The colors are great in this book. They keep it dark and seedy, but alive and and popping. And there's some pretty violent shit going on in here. So I really dug it. The writing is great. Cover A, I haven't seen cover B. Usually like the cover A's are okay, but when the cover A's are like knock your eyes out of the socket, like this one is, just the style that it is and how it pops off the imagery pops off the cover on the cover A's on this book. It's just great. And I remembered to read this one because I saw the writer Frank Google posting about second and third printings of issues 2 and 3. And I was like, I'm just being blown away. The books that are selling out and going into second and third printings, I'm so glad they're not from the supposed big two that seem to be crashing and burning and telling the same stories over and over. So this is new. It's fresh. It's a great book. I can't wait to read more of this. And I hope you definitely check it out if you don't already have it. Once again, thanks to Spinways Comics sponsoring this not really 5-minute review, because mine are never 5 minutes. My 5-minute reviews are never 5 minutes. But we just try to keep them as short and sweet as possible with including as much information without getting too spoilery. And there you have it. No Heroine issue number 1 from Source Point Press. I give it 4 out of 5 stars all day. It's a great book. If you don't have it, go pick it up. You're going to love this series. This is probably the best vampire book best vampire story I've run into since friggin' Buffy. Not the comics, the actual TV shows. This is great. I can't wait to read more. Go grab yourself a copy of No Heroine number 1 if you don't have it yet, and try to get the other copies. If your local comic shop is sold out, find Frank Google on Facebook, and he has links put up where you can get the new printings of issues 2 and 3. So check that out. I will see you later on tonight, Creators Corner. I'm going to have Jonathan and Chuck. They're going to talk about their new... Chuck is the editor on the book. Jonathan is the writer and creator. And we're going to talk about his brand new zombie book that just launched a few days ago on Kickstarter. So I will see you then. Have a great rest of the day. And